How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. Why the narcissist stopped loving you? Why a narcissist might stop expressing love or affection in a relationship? Why a narcissist might stop expressing love or affection in a relationship? Now, it's because the idealization phase ended. In the beginning, narcissists often idealize their partners. They put them on a pedestal. But this honeymoon phase eventually ends once the narcissist no longer sees you as perfect or useful in feeding their ego. Their interest starts to fade. Now, another reason why the narcissist stopped loving you is because you became too familiar. Narcissists thrive on novelty and excitement. Once a partner becomes familiar or predictable, the narcissist might grow bored. Love for them is often more about the chase than a sustained emotional bond. Another reason why the narcissist stopped loving you is because you saw their true self. If you started seeing through their grandiosity, their lies, or their manipulations, it could make the narcissist feel threatened. Rather than confront their flaws, they might withdraw affection and seek validation elsewhere. The other reason why the narcissist stopped loving you is because you stopped feeding their ego. Narcissists require constant admiration and praise. If you stopped providing them with the attention they crave, whether due to emotional exhaustion or setting boundaries, they may punish you by emotionally detaching. Now, a narcissist stopped loving you because you set boundaries. Setting limits with a narcissist can trigger rage or withdrawal. When they realize they can't control you as easily as before, they often lose interest or turn cold. A narcissist stopped loving you because they found a new source of narcissistic supply. Narcissists often have backups or keep others on the sidelines. So if someone else started giving them more attention or admiration, they may have shifted their focus entirely. Now, the reason why a narcissist stopped loving you is because you triggered their insecurities. If you challenge their superiority, even unintentionally, you might have wounded their fragile self-esteem. They might withdraw love as retaliation or self-protection. The other reason why a narcissist stopped loving you is because they felt emotionally exposed. True intimacy is uncomfortable for narcissists. If they began to feel emotionally vulnerable with you, they may have pulled away to avoid feeling weak or dependent. A narcissist A narcissist, they stopped loving you because they became bored. Once the excitement of winning you over wore off, they may have simply gotten bored. Narcissists often confuse excitement with love, and they don't understand long-term emotional connection. Again, a narcissist stopped loving you because you held them accountable. When you started expecting them to take responsibility for their actions, they might have viewed it as criticism. So rather than working through issues, a narcissist often withdraws love or attention. Now, again, the narcissist, they stop loving you because they were never truly in love. Narcissists often confuse infatuation or control with love. Once the illusion fades, so does their interest. So what you thought was love may have only been manipulation or obsession. Again, the narcissist stopped loving you because they wanted to punish you. Withholding love is a common tactic used by narcissists to punish or control. So if you upset them or challenged their authority, pulling away affection may have been a form of silent retaliation. The narcissist stopped loving you because they felt entitled to more. Even if you gave your all, narcissists often believe they deserve better. This delusional sense of entitlement can cause them to devalue you once they've taken what they wanted. The narcissist stopped loving you because you reflected their own shame. If being around you made them feel guilty, exposed, or ashamed, even indirectly, they may have distanced themselves. Narcissists hate self-reflection, and they will avoid anyone who reminds them of their inner wounds. A narcissist, they stopped loving you because they were juggling multiple relationships. Many narcissists engage in emotional or physical cheating. Their affection might have disappeared simply because their focus shifted to someone else they were grooming. A narcissist stopped loving you because they no longer needed you. Narcissists use people for specific purposes, for validation, for sex, for money, for status. So once you no longer served that function, or someone else took over, they detached emotionally. So they no longer needed you. That's why they stopped loving you. Now, a narcissist stopped loving you because you threatened their image. If you became more successful, more independent, or emotionally stable, they may have seen it as a threat to their superiority. So rather than celebrate you, they backed away or turned cold. The narcissist stopped loving you because you expected real love. Real love requires empathy, effort, and consistency, qualities narcissists struggle with. So if you began demanding deeper emotional intimacy, they may have pulled back or fled. The narcissist stopped loving you because they were losing control. If you became more assertive or independent, it could signal to the narcissist that they were losing their grip. They often respond by withdrawing affection or creating emotional distance. The narcissists stopped loving you because they couldn't maintain the mask. Narcissists wear a false self mask to appear charming and confident. Eventually, keeping up the act becomes exhausting and they retreat rather than risk exposure. The narcissist stopped loving you because they blamed you for their emptiness. Internally, narcissists often feel hollow. When that emptiness resurfaces, they project it onto others, blaming their partner for not making them happy or fulfilled. The narcissist stopped loving you because you expected reciprocity. Once you asked for equal emotional investment, something narcissists rarely give, they may have seen it as a burden and shut down emotionally. A narcissist stopped loving you because their grandiosity was challenged. If you confronted them with facts, criticism, or reality checks, they may have viewed it as an attack. Their fragile ego couldn't cope, and they stopped showing love as a defense. The narcissist stopped loving you because they were preparing to discard you. The narcissistic cycle often ends in a discard phase. So when they've extracted all they can from the relationship, they pull away and prepare to move on. The narcissist stopped loving you because they wanted you to chase them. Withdrawing love can be a tactic to make you chase, apologize, or seek their approval. It feeds their ego and reasserts their control. A narcissist stopped loving you because they believed you saw them as flawed. Even if you didn't criticize them, narcissists are hypersensitive. If they believed you no longer idolized them, they may have felt wounded and retreated emotionally. A narcissist stopped loving you because they couldn't fake it anymore. Pretending to love, to care, or to be invested can only last so long for a narcissist. Eventually, the act becomes unsustainable and the emotional mask drops. The narcissist stopped loving you because they were afraid of intimacy. Deep emotional closeness makes narcissists feel vulnerable. To avoid this discomfort, they sabotage or pull away from the relationship once it becomes too real. The narcissist stopped loving you because you stopped playing the game. Narcissists thrive on drama, control, and chaos. So if you disengaged from their games or refused to react emotionally, they may have lost interest. The narcissist stopped loving you because they moved on emotionally fast. Narcissists often detach emotionally before physically leaving. So if they were grooming someone new, their love and attention will shift long before you notice the relationship was ending. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.